And could you tell me some of your most memorable moments with the Caravans?
Well, the most memorable with the Caravans is how we used to go in these cities. We was traveling 6 in a car. Those time it wasn't but maybe 2 hotels and whoever got there first. But the moments that I think I enjoyed mostly, it was the fellowship and the love that we had for each other. We was close knitted together, and we were, to each other, we were just family. We didn't, because we were gone so much, and out of the joy, it was just our singing together, our being together, and when I come back home, it was just joy. That's it.
And who were the members at that time?
Well, when I joined, it was Inez Andrews, Albertina Walker, Dorothy Norwood, which is my cousin, Eddie Williams, the musician, he also sang, and myself. That was the Caravan when I started with them.
And before you left the group, what was the who were the members of the group then?
When I left the group, it was Shirley. Shirley had joined us because we had just left North Carolina and we had on our way in Washington, D.C., and we had to go back to Wilson, North Carolina. At that time, one but 2 female groups, that was the Humanettes and the Caravans. And that time, Inez was sick, Dorothy wasn't there, so no one but Albertina, Eddie, and myself. And that's how Shirley got into the group. We called from Washington, D.C. Tina talked to her mom, and she told her yes, and that's how she came. And the 4 of us went back to Wilson. And I have to say, God really poured His Spirit upon us in that crowd. It was a beautiful day with a new singer and just the 4 of us. And that was that was a very moment to really enjoy. And I enjoyed the Caravan also because I don't care what people might say, Albertina have always been, she have not changed when it comes to the gospel. And I used to get on all the time, like the little episodes there. She always sang in the background. I said, Tina, you need to come forward sometimes. And eventually she did. But Tina is a person that have always reached out to people. And what I like about Albertina loved the Lord, and ever since she was a little baby and all, she'd been a member of her church as of today, the West Point Baptist Church. And I know when she and I would go in city, Albertina and I would be the only one to get up to go to church over Sunday. We always find us a church. And I admire her for that. And that's why God keeps her, because she always put Him first in her life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, during the time that you were traveling with the Caravans, I know that you guys were only traveling by car. Mm-hmm. And it was also during the Civil Rights Movement and Jim Crow time. Did you have any experiences on the road where you incurred racism?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Could you share with us something?
Definitely. Oh, my God. It just where to begin, because, you know, in those days, it just, they had these big signs, colored white, and times that you had to go to the restroom. You couldn't go in there because they would be so filtered. We'd be hungry. They didn't want to serve us food. But some way, somehow, and I teach people today, we always kept sardines and little things like that in the car. Today, I don't like sardines because that's all we had to go. But even through that, it taught us a lot. And this is what really bothered me with the singers today. How is it that they expect so much, not realizing to whom they're singing to, that He will do what He can for them. And then on top of that, you know, we was threatened. Our lives was threatened. A lot of times we go into places that, I don't know, it was just, but I wouldn't take $1 million, so I put it that way, because of where we are today and where we came from. It helps the old singers if they would just keep in their mind how the Lord has truly kept us, how He brought us through, and what they said, the dangers seen and unseen. And I remember we used to hate to come. I did. I don't know about them. to come from Chicago to Atlanta, Georgia. That time Stone Mountain was just one wide like it is now. Not Stone Mountain, I'm sorry, Chattanooga. It was just a 2-lane. And sometimes those big trucks would be so large that our car would shake. But it was nothing but a God that brought us from that area back. Because the time we get back to Chicago, we had to come all the way back south. And those were the moments that was frightening to me. Because all you could see, you could look down and see nothing but the valley. But through it all, God kept us and He brought us. And I'm eternal grateful. When I go through Chattanooga now, going wherever I got to go, I can say thank you, God, for these 4 lanes, 5 lanes, etc. So those was very good experience.
Mm-hmm.